seeking to challenge our limiting beliefs, we get so busy finding something outside of us to uphold what we are thinking, our littleness, our limitations. And so we always have to be willing then to look within, to see what we are thinking. Because Ernest Holmes says that we are subject to the cause that we have set in motion. We're subject to it. In other words, the walls that you've built affects. The walls that I've built around me, the walls that you have built around you have an effect. It affects you. It affects your ability to see clearly. And not only does it affect you, it affects everybody that's on the other side of the wall. It affects everybody. So we have to look at ourselves, look at our lives, to find and see the areas in our lives, the thoughts, where those thoughts are that we are willing to defend and maintain. Those thoughts that we are thinking about that are familiar. And some would rather be confident in the familiar rather than confident in the unfamiliar. It's easy to be comfortable with the familiar, even if the familiar is not the thing that you desire. We are fighting to keep our walls up instead of tearing them down. Walls were made to be torn down. And so, and that's the difficult part, I know. Because we said some of these walls have been in place for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 70 years, 80 years. So some of the walls might be difficult to tear down. Because it's not so much that the walls are difficult to tear down, but that what it means. What it means is that when you start to tear down the walls in your life, then you have to take responsibility for your life. That's the difficult part. Taking responsibility for your life. And so when you tear down the walls, then there has to be a time period then for some healing and some wholeness to come forth. So when you tear down a wall, you don't want to rush to create something new. Stay right there for a minute. Allow yourself to heal and to become aware of your wholeness. And then our responsibility then is to create something new. To create something new. And the truth is that this whole experience then is embracing change. That is it. And so there's a strong desire in each one of us to change. It is, and I know it's true because you're here. Or else you wouldn't be here. You want to change. I want to change. And so sometimes though what happens is that we get frustrated. We get bitter, and sometimes we get angry with life because things haven't changed. Because things haven't changed. And things haven't changed because we haven't fully embraced change. Things haven't changed in my life in those areas where I haven't fully embraced change, where you haven't fully embraced change. And sometimes what happens then is that we get to a breaking point. And that's a good thing. Because when you get to that breaking point, and without it, some of us might not ever embrace change. It's true. Without that breaking point, some of us might not consider embracing change. We might not ever get to a place where we can imagine something new. And we're so focused then on tearing down walls and building up walls and tearing down walls and building up walls, instead of being focused on our desired good, as Emma Curtis Hopkins reminds us, that there is good for me and I ought to have it. And because we're so busy tearing down walls, and building up walls, we can't see this good. We can't imagine something different in our life. Ernest Holmes said that it is the office of the imagination to set the vision. It's the office of the imagination to create something new. But the problem is that many of us, we just want to dabble around in our humanness and never acknowledge our divinity. We never seek to see something else because we're so tied up in justifying and having our walls remain in place to protect ourselves that we never get to step out and venture something new. We never get to go out and experience life. It's the experience that we're going for here. It's the experience that's the invitation. And you don't want to miss out on the experience, because it's in the experience that's where you start to realize your divinity. That's when joy takes over. That's when love steps in. That's when you become so patient with yourself and so patient with others that you can see something new about to emerge. That's when joy takes over and love takes over and peace takes over, then you can engage in a little bit more patience. I'm talking about embracing change. I'm talking about changing your life. I'm talking about being willing then to tear down walls. Not by yourself, but being led from the divinity within. It's yours to choose to do or not to do. But if you come here and you don't tear down the walls that you put up around yourself, you're just going to be coming here. And I can tell you, your life will not change. Coming here and being with each other, touching each other, agreeing with each other is not going to change your life. You've got to be willing to tear down the walls. Because what did the reading say? Because what's on the other side that was once obstructed is now seen in all of its grandeur. So that no matter where you are, no matter what you are doing, you can always see its grandeur in your relationship. No matter how long it takes for you to affirm something right, something good, something new, something magnificent, you will see its grandeur. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you in your job to affirm and know peace is right where you are. Affirm and know peace is right where you are. If you have to do it 100 days, if you have to do it 300 days, you can rest assured that what's on the other side is something so grand, something so magnificent, something so wonderful. Don't you want it? Yes. Don't you want to experience it? Don't you want to experience this? Life is so sweet, so still, so absolute. No matter what, on the other side of the wall, you see what's so good, magnificent, so grand. Come on, practitioners, that's it. Let's just anchor this idea where we affirm and know that there is truly only one life, only one mind, only one power, only one presence. It is divine. It is divinity itself. It is the consciousness of God itself in me, through me, and as me, in you, through you, and as you. And it can be no other way. In this moment, I know that we each are one with this great power and this great presence. We each are one with the divinity within us. We each are one with the truth that we are, the answer that we are, the doctor that we are, the magic that we are, the showtime that we are. We each are one with the goodness, the divinity that we are within us. So right here and right now then, let's open up to it and let it have its way. Let it be the thing that leads us to pierce over, to see what's on the other side of the wall, to be so bold and audacious, to speak something new, to imagine something new in our life. Let us in this moment affirm and know that nothing can get in the way of us creating the life that we desire, that nothing can get in the way of the good that we desire, that is mine and that ought to be mine now. I affirm for you and I affirm for me that in this place and in this space, there's something so wonderful and new is taking place within each one of us, that we're tuned in and turned up to the Most High, that we're tuned in and turned up to the divinity within us, that we begin to become aware of our experiences of it so that we can call it what it is and be moved, be transformed, be transmuted into the good that we desire. Oh, let us do it this day and let nothing or no one get in the way. Let us be so tuned in and turned up that we turn down for what? No reason, nobody, no way, no how, not here, not today, not me, and not you. Oh, I'm so grateful for this, knowing that this power and this presence is right where I am, and that the possibilities for my life and your life is endless, that the possibility for good is here now, that the possibility for relationships to be made whole and perfect exists right here and right now, that the possibility for the right opportunity for you to move into, to share your gifts is at hand right here and right now. That the possibility of wholeness, health, is so experienced that we are just pain-free right here and right now in our hearts and in our minds, so cohesive that there must be a demonstration. I'm grateful about it. I'm glad about it. I'm delighted about it. I'm enjoy about it. I'm excited about it. That it is with ease and grace then in this moment that I just simply allow these words to be. I let them go. I release them into the law of mind that is forever and ever and ever and ever saying yes. We let them go. We let them be together. When we come together in community, cultivating peace, holding each other up, inspiring each other, taking the hand of one another as we experience the divinity within. Oh, it's good. So be it. And so it is.